to
Yeah,
follow up
it's still
kind
there.
of deal. I would
Yeah,
think.
Their baby.
yeah, but that's where we run into it, because getting all of them to do it and get all the information back to them.
That's fine, that's still on
See, if our
them.
Yeah.
I
estimate,
know
had to hound
it,
them
but
about
see,
it.
yet,
Yeah.
that's not,
if our
I would
estimate
have to-
reaches that 125,000, just
Yeah.
the estimate without the paperwork, if they don't follow up with like their rock tickets and stuff, they're not gonna get that money.
Right.
It's just gonna stay in our account type deal. We just have to get our estimate to reach 125.
the estimate's all you're worried about. Well,
That's
you
all I'm
know,
worried about.
Okay, you can try.
And then you issue out money after that.
It's then, as they turn in their rock tickets
Right.
and their stuff, then they get the money issued.
Okay. I'd say that'd be.
Yeah,
All I'm
it's
worried
all
about
good.
is the estimate the day or two after the storm.
We
say-
can, I'm sorry, we can.
Oh, we
even
should have had
maybe-
that last week.
We
Put
can
that
set
out.
up an
Yeah.
Could've
email
done
with
that.
I
Chuck.
had no
And
idea.
that'd
It
have
has
been a
the
good time
Henry
to have all
Como
of
at
them
the end
there.
of it,
Yeah.
so
And
that
then you could done
it's.
Why don't we
Why
just
don't-
send
why
out
don't
a
we just
letter?
Exactly. Why
Yes.
don't we just send all the road districts, whoever's president, a letter letting them know.
Yeah, we'll get an email address. I'll get with Chuck and get
Yeah.
that set up.
Yeah, if we get one set up under the Henry Como, it'll be more official and
Yep.
it'll be,
But we need to put it on the county website because
Yes.
people, individuals, if their
Yes.
basements flood, that, all that stuff goes
Yeah.
towards it. So
Yep.
we need to. we
so
need to-
Mark and I will work up a letter,
Needs to go
including
to
an
the
email
county, yeah.
address that we can send to the townships and road districts.
I
and
think
then-
that'd be one way of getting it handled. Then if they
When you're
don't do
talking
it,
about
then that's fine.
individuals
Well,
and
at
their
least I have a
issues,
paper trail
Yeah.
at this point.
people may not
instead
see
of-
that if we just send a letter to the townships.
Yeah, so-
Maybe we need
yeah.
to get on
Once we
a
get-
radio or something.
Yeah, we'll get that out.
Okay.
We'll flood the,
Yeah, he can put it on his page.
Yeah.
There's so many people on their web
Yeah.
page
Okay.
that,
Somebody,
yeah.
Yeah.
let me know on the bid if we want to go with him because he's 2 weeks out. So once I tell him it's no,
Ah,
2 weeks.
well, we can.
Is this
open
the
up
only
that
bid
way.
It's open.
we've
So
got?
far, that's all I got. And Rock Hill was.
All right,
King
we'll
Kong,
let you
but
know.
they haven't sent me paper.
All right.
Is there anybody else that we're waiting on? So it's just this one in Rock Hill.
And Rock Hill said they really don't want to do it. So.
As far as I'm concerned, this one right here. I mean, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it.
So as soon as you tell me that okay, I'm gonna get them on the list.
All right,
Thank you.
okay. Okay, let's go ahead and open up. Agenda stand approved as presented.
Okay. Let me click some buttons here.
Yeah, ready for the minutes. Let's see here. There we go. All right.
Sorry, I had to click some buttons. Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Thursday, April 17th, 2025, sixth day of the April term. The Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment at the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stone, presiding commissioner, Mark Larson, North District Commissioner, Jake Bradley, South District Commissioner, Kelly Merritt, Henry County Clerk. At 9 a.m., Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. The agenda was approved as presented. The minutes from the Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Larson made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Bradley seconded the motion. Motion carried. The closed minutes from the Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Larson made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Bradley seconded the motion. Motion carried. Expenditures for the following are approved to be paid. Court administration, general county government, employee benefits, capital schools, assessor, law enforcement, GR, senior citizen service tax fund, 27th Circuit Treatment Court, sheriff revolving fund, inmate security fund, road and bridge. Mike Rosier attended the commission meeting to discuss the hearing held in Harrisonville this week regarding the Chapter 100 agreement. Mike shared the history of the solar farm beginning and the Chapter 100 and expressed his concern with Commissioner Bradley and Commissioner Stone spending taxpayer money to fight the lawsuit. Mike asked Commissioner Bradley and Commissioner Stone what they are willing to spend to continue to fight the lawsuit. He wants commissioners to stop fighting the lawsuit. Commissioner Bradley stated that he would not like to spend a large amount of money, but will do what needs to be done. Mike asked Jake why he didn't want to drop the lawsuit. Commissioner Bradley stated that he feels the county will get sued by someone else if the county drops the lawsuit and believes the benefits of the Chapter 100 are good for all of Henry County, and he wants to do what is best for Henry County as a whole. Commissioner Larson stated that he does not agree with any of the Chapter 100 lawsuit. He feels he was lied to by the county attorney. He feels that as a commissioner, he is to govern for the people. He went on to explain his opinions on the entire situation. There was a lot of discussion between those in attendance about solar and the Chapter 100. At 10:06 a.m., Sheriff Aaron Brown attended the commission meeting to discuss the Sheriff's Office website app vendor. Aaron shared that the OVC LLC, the sheriff.app.com as a sole source for the product. Aaron shared the cost, the capabilities, and the contract. Commissioner Larson made a motion to sign the contract with OVC LLC, the sheriff.app.com. Commissioner Bradley seconded, motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes. Aaron shared that the sheriff's office was notified of surplus computers from the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Chuck Fields IT had contacted him regarding a good deal on these tablets. The sheriff's office was able to outfit all of their patrol cars with new computers for a fraction of the cost. Aaron continued to update commissioners on the operations of the sheriff's office. Emergency Management Director Mark Harden shared that final results for the fly ash testing will be available in 2 weeks. Dennis Bowers, Road and Bridge Supervisor, shared a soft match application that he had completed for bridge number 0370031. The total cost of the project was $117,688.52. The request for soft match money is 80%, so the county will request $94,150.81. The bridge is on 1501 Road in Bogart Township. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to apply for soft match credit for bridge number 0370031. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes. At 10:30 a.m., Commissioner Bradley made a motion to go into closed session via RSMO 610-0213 to discuss hiring of employees. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried with a roll call vote. At 10:47 a.m., Commissioner Bradley made a motion to adjourn the closed session meeting. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes. Commissioners discussed the Township Special Road District meeting that will be held tonight. Charlie Kidweiler addressed the commission about records for Henry County and records for Davis Township. Clerk Merritt shared that commission minutes in her office are public record and he can research them at any time. He asked about Davis Township's records and was informed that he needed to contact Davis Township. Charlie stated they refused to fulfill his sunshine request before. It was suggested he again try, and if he was not satisfied with their response, to contact the Attorney General's office. Commissioners returned the call to Zach Olivius with Great River Engineering. Zach updated the commission on the Northwest 400 Road BRO project. The contractor had overrun on pile and had to splice them. Within the contract documents that was signed by the commission and the contractors, it was stated that the county was not going to pay for splicing the pile. The county will pay for the lineal feet of piling, but will stick by the contract when it comes to the splicing. At 11:29 a.m., Commissioner Bradley made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes.
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to accept the minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Get a little windy with my minutes sometimes.
Before we do that, does everybody have a chance to read the closed session?
I'll make a motion to approve them.
I'll second that.
And the meeting that we had Joe read that.
Oh, I haven't had a chance to read that one yet.
Yeah, we just,
Yeah. Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the township meeting minutes.
I'll second that.
Motion been made, seconded, to approve the township, meeting and the closed session meeting minutes. All in favor, say aye.
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 I tried to
Motion
hit the
carried.
important parts. I couldn't keep up.
Looks like you did pretty good, man.
Yeah,
I tried
You know
to
what?
hit the ones that were, you know.
Well, I think we should put that on AI and make it just done. Okay, this one I can stamp.
I have one little typo I need to print.
Okay, on the other one. This one I was okay. What about the minutes on the? Okay, on the,
I gotta print them.
okay, I thought you was printing them.
I can't print from up here until I get a new printer.
So in other words, I see a trip in my future, is that what you're saying?
See, I've got a
I think that's what-
that was,
I-
how quick can you get up there?
Just you want me to leave now, is that what you're saying?
Well, if I can do it online, I'll order it online.
Gosh. Okay. Okay. How much where is it that changes? Okay.
I got a call on Sunday.
Huh?
The courthouse is flooding. Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
We have some drainage issues apparently.
Just now?
All the
I got a
plug,
call on Sunday.
Oh.
The courthouse, the basement in the courthouse was
all
flooding.
of them was plugged. The what they said.
Yeah, the drains in the
Yep.
moat were plugged up. So
Yep.
the water was coming through the doors.
Any other problems other than just plugged or clogged right there?
As far as I know, and it's kind of a reoccurring issue that I think probably needs to be looked at
If
some
I,
point.
yeah, I wanted to put a new drain around there.
Yeah, I definitely
And-
think that's
but
worth having.
finding somebody to do it's the next thing. What they had last time, you just kinda got,
Worth having Chris come up and talk to him because that was his response. I've talked to them about
Yeah.
this for years, so.
I have talked to him, and it's been brought out to do it.
Stoop at the bottom.
But the problem we had is getting somebody to do it.
Pardon?
I said they need a little
gets-
concrete stoop at the bottom of the doors. That'll keep the water from going in.
I kind of looked at
When they put
Yeah.
the doors in, they cut it out apparently,
Oh.
But,
so.
Mark and Scott handled it. Mark was the one who found it, so.
Locked himself out. Had to climb up over the fence.
That was also my understanding. I wasn't gonna say it out loud.
Nobody said he was real good at it. But they found the problem.
They handled it. We didn't have to come to town,
No,
so
no.
I'm cool
And
with
Mark,
it.
I would just like to have a picture of Mark going over
Over
that
that
fence.
fence.
She come in yesterday to see if the cameras were pointed that way because I
Hey,
didn't want me to share it.
hey, was they recorded?
I didn't look.
I'm
I didn't look. Just because I didn't
gonna,
have time.
I'm gonna tell him we got a picture of it. We really, we're gonna put it out
See,
and
there's
that's
a
okay.
camera up there.
Okay, very smart.
FYI, Davis Township has called for a special runoff election. It will be held May 13th.
Runoff, they have a
They
tie?
had a tie.
For Ted's position, right?
Huh?
Ted's position?
No, not Ted. Well, it's a board member position, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
not Ted's.
Gotcha.
It's between Russell Cook and Daniel Lewis.
Sounds good.
We'll be holding that here in the courthouse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my office be a polling place. I'm gonna shut it off from the other office, trying to save them money. I mean, it was $465 to rent the Benson Center, which is what their normal polling place is.
Yep.
That's a big chunk, so there was no
Yeah.
need to.
I'm with you.
You do not believe the amount of runoff elections happening in the state, how many small how many small voter turnout elections resulted in a tie. People are having more runoff elections this year than I've ever seen.
Really? That's Scott?
Scott.
God dang.
I was trying
You
to
got a
figure
book.
out whose it was.
Let's see.
Is that all the bills?
Yeah.
Y'all whipped through those dudes.
Yeah, well, it's all single page. Evergy, they take a bunch of them. Total cost. We need to sign that.
Yeah.
Okay, AA contractors. Y'all look. Bid opening. Have one bid opening for AA mechanical contractors.
And we've only talked to
Sure.
one other company, correct?
One other company, and they said they didn't want to do it.
And this is for the motor
Generator.
and the generator going down below.
To be,
Do we need a motion since it's under 12?
Yes, because you got a proposal on it.
yeah, we
Okay.
got a proposal, so we need to.
So anytime there's a proposal, you almost have to have
Yeah.
a motion. Okay.
All right, take a motion
I'll make a motion to accept AA mechanical contractors
for 9,800.
for $9,800.
I'll second it.
Motion been made, and seconded, accept
You can get them on
AA mechanical contractors for $9,800 to move the generator from over to old emergency manual over here. Voice roll call, Mark,
Yes.
Jake, yes?
Jim, yes.
It's like
Doing that.
2 weeks out? Is that what
Huh?
Mark said?
Yeah. I was aiming to ask Sharon about
Jake, you made that motion. didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Hi. Here's Jake.
I've got a 9:30.
I think it is. Just go ahead.
Okay.
We're ready.
I didn't know you all were ready.
Yep, Dennis.
Dennis coming.
Yeah, he
Dennis
should be
up
here.
here in a minute.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. How you doing today?
I'm doing just fine here.
Good. You just got done this in time before that rain hit.
Yeah, it's been a little difficult.
Thank you.
I'm going to assume you are Aaron since that's who's on my agenda.
Yes, Aaron.
Okay.
And here is an electronic copy.
Oh,
of
perfect.
Everything.
That's good.
Thank you. I think Dennis is in the building, so
Huh?
I think
Yeah,
Dennis is
I
in
thought
the
he
building.
was, good. He'll be over here in a minute.
We'll go through this agenda, so you guys don't have to read ahead. Some of it's a little redundant,
Mm-hmm.
is what it is. So we got Jim Stone.
Yep,
Just
Jim
keeping
Stone,
everybody
siding
the record
commissioner.
straight.
Jake Bradley.
Jake Bradley.
Jake.
Mark Larson.
And I'm Aaron Reader, there's Mo.
Yep. Mm-mm.
waiting on Dennis at this point?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was hoping. He was in here, wasn't he? Wasn't he down there?
He's in the building. He was this morning.
He was downstairs.
Huh? Let me call her.
Pick up on that?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Hey Dennis, are you in the building? Okay, Aaron's here now. Oh. All right. Okay, all right, bye. He's on his way. He had to run back over the bridge mark or something.
Okay.
He's here a couple minutes, he said. So, I'll go wait.
He must have left because he was here.
Yeah, he did. He run back over the bridge mark or something.
Some of these pictures will be kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on. Some things are hard to get.
Hey, you can't get a true picture of them underneath,
No, we try to be pretty descriptive.
Yeah. because there's a lot of stuff that just didn't look the same as you're looking at it.
At the time, you think you've got a good one, but you get
Yeah.
back and look at it, it's like, oh, look, what's that?
Yeah, that's like. It seems like when you get under there, you just can't get a good view of it.
No, not always.
Well, Dennis is on his way. I'm gonna run these downstairs and print off a couple things that I need to print off.
Okay,
I have one of these, Jim. Do you
You have
need
most-
these? There's nothing to sign or,
I don't really need it,
okay, just do it.
because he's got. One thing about it was most of the gravel off the bridges.
Yeah, you did a pretty good.
Good.
job. Yeah.
It's taken a few years to get that in.
Yeah. We did Bates County, it was mostly, they cleaned all the gravel off and then we got started, it was cold, we had to keep going and there was snow on it.
So- Dennis,
I made it.
well, we gotta wait for Kelly a minute, but anyway, she'll flip through this.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. You can sit up here and just lay it out.
I don't need to be tempted by donuts.
What's that? 24th? Okay. Okay, I guess we're ready to start. Ready to start?
All right, get rolling here. Again, my name's Aaron Reeder.
Yes,
I
sir.
work for MoDOT, Bridge Inspector. Work out of Nevada, so I'm kind of in the northern area here. I know some of our other bridge inspectors are in Springfield. I still work for them. I just
Yeah.
am kind of up in this area, so
It's close.
try to be readily available if needed. We closed are the results of the 2025 routine bridge inspections for Henry County. This submittal includes the following: updated form for each bridge, which she has an electronic version of, and photographs taken during the inspections of the important details, and a work summary list. That's the sheet that has the yellow at the top of it. Inspections were performed on the 155 non-state structures, bridges and culverts that are on the National Bridge Inventory that are owned and maintained by Henry County, 5 owned by the city of Clinton, and 1 owned by the city of Windsor. Steve Upgrove, Matt Geiger, which is my supervisor, and then myself performed the inspections this cycle. They were completed between February 3rd and March 12th of 25. And what constitutes an MBI bridge is anything 20 foot and over. So, following information summarizes our findings. Structures that were closed this cycle due to a critical inspection finding is none. Structures replaced by structures less than 20 foot being removed from the inventory. So we have 0460011. I think that's up in the northwest portion of the county. And we had, I believe, Dennis, you put a couple pipes in there.
Close that.
2070006, which was replaced a few years ago. Those are the only two, correct? Okay. Structure is currently physically closed, 2670003, the northwest 400 over White Oak. And I went by there a month or so ago, and they've got started on the VRO replacement. And then 2800013 on Southwest 250 over Montrose Lake, or Branch Montrose, that's been closed since 2022. And they'll show up on our inventory for 4 or 5 years before they're taken off, so that's why you're seeing it. Bridge inspection reports to be submitted at a later date, none. the following bridges there require fracture critical inspections, and what that is there's a detail in there where if one portion of the bridge fails, the whole entire bridge could be subject to complete failure. So, won't read through all those, there's just a list of them there unless you need me to. Bridges recommended for consultant fracture critical inspection, none, we take care of all those. Bridges with underwater inspections not completed, there's two bridges there at 228, triple lot 37, one of them's over Montrose Lake, and then 317 triple lot 3, it says Willow Branch, but it's the one there on Montrose as well. They'll be done by the dates given there. No, those are on a 5-year cycle, so we'll look at those at a minimum of every 5 years. Guide to Bridges recommended for consultant underwater inspection, there's none. Bridges with load posting issues, none. That's excellent. It's not uncommon to have signs, multiple signs down. Shout out to these guys, they did a good job getting them up, and we appreciate that. Just more follow-up on our end. So, bridges with reduced inspection frequency, so that is a rating of a 3 or lower on a non-fracture critical bridge, or if it is a fracture critical bridge, it's a 4 or lower on the superstructure. So there's a list of those. There's 6 of them there. One of them is currently closed, and then the other one, Southeast 91, I believe it's out there by Walmart. It's BRO funded, so hopefully get that one going, and that'll reduce the number of those we have to take a look at. And we do those on a 12-month cycle. It sets it there, so. Okay, bridge rated as poor condition, a rating of a 4 or less. So I guess I probably should have explained our rating system is 987 is good, 6.5 is fair, and 4 and below is poor condition. So the bridge is rated with a rating of 4 or less. We got 028, double lot 17, Northwest 700, 034, triple lot 3, Northwest 900, 401, says over 4th Street. I think that's a city bridge, if I'm not mistaken.
What's 4th Street?
East 4th Street, over branch of Big Creek. No,
No.
that one is at Urick,
Here. Okay.
Urick or Blairstown, right east of Blairstown.
Okay.
I think that's right. We'll cover that one here anyway. I think I've got a work item on it.
Okay.
077, triple lot 5, Northwest 301. 0895, double lot 3, that's the city bridge, I believe. 198, double lot 25, over Northeast 501. 222, triple lot 5, over Northwest 400. 233, double lot 4, Northwest 251. 273, triple lot 1, Division. 296, double lot, triple lot 5. And 3, triple lot, or quadruple lot 11, over Southwest 1651, 329, double lot 10, over Southeast, on Southeast 91, 4, quadruple lot 18, Southeast 450, 466, triple lot 5, over Southwest 351, and then 491, triple lot 2, Southwest 600, and 569, double lot 14, over Northwest 51. Bridges with BRO projects, again, that's the 267, triple lot 3, currently under construction, and the 329, double lot 10, Southeast 91st. Has that one gone out to bid yet? Do you all know?
It's I think getting ready to go out for bid.
I
It's
think
not,
so.
we haven't bid it out yet, I don't think.
So we just talked to
Okay.
Great River about
Yeah.
it last week, I believe,
And
so.
we've got one more that we got this year.
Northwest 700,
Yeah,
but it won't come up until.
no, it won't be, this is taking us 3 years to get, 4 years
Which
to
one?
get this.
Is that?
Piece.
That's gonna be the one over Knob Creek
Yeah.
there. North, 0280017, Northwest 700 over Knob Creek. We just let it out,
Engineering,
for engineering.
yeah.
So it's gonna be a while down the road. And the, one on 91, they just, got all the easements and everything recorded, so they're gonna probably put it out for bid, if I understood right, within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, moving to the bridges that we recommend to replace next. Again, these are our opinions, they're your bridges. So, so 034, 0003 over Northwest 900. The east and west abutments are built with timber piling and cap. The east abutment cap is crushing under the south portion with rotten piling. We're gonna be looking at that one every 12 months. You can see, the picture should follow along in linear order here.
These all the high priority repairs.
These are the replacement bridges.
Yeah, all right.
So up at the top left on the pictures, you
Yeah,
have your
okay.
bridge number
Yeah.
to follow along. And I think you get in there to the third and fourth picture, you can see what our concerns are there. You can see the piling is split.
Is that about the pilings back and back, two breaking?
Yeah, it's rotten.
That's what it looks.
It's rotten, and then that, where the girders rest, the cap there.
Are they pretty
it's
rusted?
crushing as well, and it's rotten. I put in there that possibly could replace the abutments, maybe go in there and saw the deck off, drive some piling in there, that's obviously up to these guys. I think you said you were looking at maybe replacing this one.
We submitted it, it was our second bridge submitted.
For BRO.
For BRO this year, and it did not get chose. But we're gonna submit it again next year and throw some added money on it maybe and try to get it done.
Okay.
But if it don't get done that way, then we're gonna have to get in there and replace it.
Okay, moving on to the next one. And if you guys have any questions at any point in time, just stop. Is 0280017, bridge has severe east bank erosion starting to exposed timber pile at the east abutment. The erosion exposes significant amount of pile of bridge and flow. The pile is not posted.
That's the one that got chose for, BRO this year.
Okay.
So it's in the engineering phase right now.
Yeah.
Probably a 26 construction then.
Probably.
Okay. We'll keep going then, we'll not.
Yep.
Next one would be 273-0001, the Division Road looking west. 50% loss in the surface area of the south column, so on that second page, you can see that south column. And Dennis, are you guys planning on replacing this one?
Yes, it's in the engineer, I got the engineered plans on it. I'm waiting for the permit from, Corps of Engineers. Once I get it back from Corps of Engineers, we will start on this one.
So the summer of 25,
Yeah, that's what you're wording.
so that's perfect.
I gotta think. It's been a couple
that's
busy
fine.
days.
That's fine. We'll just roll right on through these if you
Okay.
guys are planning on doing, this one, it's probably been like this for a long time, but we just happened to see a rock that moved and there's probably been a void there for a number of years. It just was, never noticed, so. But that would be a real good one to get get replaced. That one's kind of scary because I don't think there's any rebar in that column. And,
Huh, yep.
the old ones are pretty common that they didn't have any rebar in.
Yep.
Next one will be 296, triple R 5. Bridge's overall deterioration, including deck saturation, so water moving through the deck into the rebar or whatever type of reinforcement there is. Section loss of steel girders and heavy scaling, so the concrete's just deteriorating in general. Does not have a posting on it. There's one picture there, and you just simply, as I said, you can't see everything.
Wonder,
The girders are starting to get bad, and that one's pretty short bridge if memory serves me correct.
yeah, is that the one that got the hammer in it?
No,
Oh, no, I'm the wrong
that's the
one.
next one.
Okay, I got a header one. I'll go for that.
Okay, we'll move on to 4 zeros and then 18 on Southeast 450. Girders have advanced section loss at the bearing and holes in the webs. Substructure is still in good condition, possibly could be reused. I think you working on plans on this one as well.
That one there's has been engineered, and I got the design on it. I'm just waiting for the Corps of Engineers also on it.
So you're probably looking at sometime in 25.
We've already bid out the beams and everything on both of
Yeah.
those bridges.
Okay.
Probably did something with this one.
I guess you're planning on reusing all that substructure and everything, won't you?
We're gonna reuse the substructure and just replace the girders, deck, and all that other stuff.
Okay. I think at the northwest corner of that one, there was maybe a slight amount of undermining.
We gotta pour a concrete pad down there to fix that undermining.
Okay. Yep, that's a good one to do that kind of fix on. Okay, the next one is 466, triple lot 5, on Southwest 351. I think this one's been on the list for a few years. Rating of 4, 3, and 5. Advanced deterioration of deck and superstructure, currently posted 15 tons. Are you still waiting on permits on this one as well? or-
I have not permitted that one yet.
Is that one of these ones that you was telling me about when we went on our ride, Dennis, that it's always underwater when it floods? Or the road's underwater, you can't get to the bridge?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the one, just to be honest with you, Aaron, the Corps of Engineers won't let me do anything that I wanna do to it. So I'm gonna let the bridge deteriorate until I have to close the road.
Okay.
Because me and the Corps can't come to terms on a vital replacement on it, because they're wanting the bridge built back, and I'm telling them there ain't no sense of building the bridge, it's gonna be underwater.
Understood. We'll just keep monitoring it.
Okay.
So, and that one, being it's a 3 rated super, we'll be looking at that every year.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay, the next one is 569, double lot 14. Start planning for replacement on this one. Heavy deck girder saturation, but this bridge is not posted. So this one was probably an old highway bridge at one point in time, just
That's Old 13 Highway going north to Clinton.
It looked like Old
It's in
13.
Fields Creek Special, and they're wanting to, do a deal and get both of those bridges on 51 replaced. One of them is a state bridge, like he said, right now. The other one is not a state bridge, but it will become a state bridge if we replace it.
Okay.
any kind of time frame.
No.
In the next 50 years.
Seems fair.
Fair enough.
Well, that don't work, cause the same. Permits is the next thing.
Yeah.
Hard to get.
Okay, bridges recommended for high priority repairs. So this is 04, triple or quadruple off 1. This is the one over by your I know when we were riding around, Rodney, I think had probably written this one down. I don't know if they ever got a chance to get over and replace it or fix it. There's a couple pictures there, that piling
Mm-hmm.
is not welded onto that cap. So really just a welder and a little bit of time. You get that one fixed up.
Oh, well.
Next one I've got on here is 0895 double lot 3, and this is the city bridge. I'll have to get with them on this one. They wanted me to do a little checking on some possibilities here. So we'll go ahead and skip that one. That one's not really your all's concern.
Is that the one,
Just right there by,
right there?
Booth Road.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
you're-
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, the deck's not good on it at all. The next one is 198 double lot 25 on the northeast 501. And this one has bad piling on it. Basically, any of them that this design, the piling is either bad or going to be bad. So, I think there was a beep study done on this one a few years ago. So, I think the repairs have got an idea of what needs to be done. It's a matter of access.
Beat.
Next bridge is 222-0005. Repair section loss on the girders at the west abutment is one of the work items. The east abutment is undermined. We recommend placing global fill rip wrap to prevent further erosion. You can see the piling underneath that one. And once that happens, it starts going pretty quick.
Wonder how old that bridge is.
That one, I can look it up in the reports. It should have an approximate date on it.
Yeah, it'll have it.
233-0004, and it doesn't look
Oh.
like. I got the pictures.
There's four.
I think this one's been on the list for a little while. Repair H-pile section loss
You got four?
in case H-pile with reinforced concrete. I don't have that.
Oh,
Okay, I
okay,
got it.
all right, okay.
I missed that one. That was one we couldn't do the inspection, the what we call our underwater, because the water was
Yeah,
up.
water.
And I came back, about a month or so ago, and took a look at that. The condition has not really changed over the last 2 years. But I think we recommend encasing that piling there.
Mhm.
The next one would be 491, triple lot 2, blatantly encased piling at water line. Again, if you look at the pictures there, the piling is just going downhill. Actually, that last one, I may have that coded wrong. The last picture you have, it's coded 233 double lot 11. That's the one that's on my work item. High priority repair. So yeah, on the last one there, it looks like they had H-pile, and you can see in that last picture that it's very deteriorated, and at some point in time, some round pile's been spliced in there.
That's on 11, right? On the right page, 11,
Pardon?
that's 11,
Yeah,
2,000.
yeah, that's, I think it's, I think I've actually got that one coded wrong there, looking at the, it's on Northwest 251. I've got it, there's 233 triple lot 4 on the sheet here, and then double lot 11 on your pictures. I think,
Oh,
Dennis, you're
okay.
probably familiar with that one. This is the Cole Bridge. I think it's up there by Peabody. What was the old Peabody?
Yeah. It's gonna be, if you go out here, to the fireworks stand and go north on that road there, and you wind around to 250 or 251 road, it's gonna be out there. It's one that, we just need to get in there and, form it up and pour concrete under the, pilings and encase it to withstand everything. Right now, down at the bottom, where the pilings set on the concrete head wall, it's just completely rusted almost in two.
Mhm.
Do we need to cut that old rusted stuff out and put in fresh before we put in the encase it? To keep the rust.
I've been
Travel
told to just encase it, because when we encase it, we're encasing it 4 feet up where the
Okay.
good,
Piling is.
H piling is. So once we put the reinforced concrete in there, that it's gonna be holding up here, not down here no more.
Okay.
If you could put new piling in, but the way that thing's, the water's right there all the time, and it's just gonna rot it out again.
Question,
Yes, sir.
you know what they did when they made us go through some of the bridges, dig down the pilings,
Mm-hmm.
put the macropoxy on?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this is feasible, because anytime you encase steel in concrete, it immediately starts to rust, immediately. Because it's the moisture, water goes through concrete. So my question is, would it be beneficial for us, if we're gonna do something like that, to approach it the same way we did the pilings for the bridges?
I don't know if you're aware, Mark, of how I did the bridges over there for Windsor Special. Once we dug down and got all the rust off of it and everything, we put that,
OSPO. I got it.
What is-
It's called OSPO. And that was the other thing I was gonna
I was
recommend.
gonna say, we spray that on it,
Yeah.
and it's a reverse osmosis of the steel.
Right.
And that's how if I'm understanding MoDOT, that's how the bridge department's doing the state bridges now. They're using the reverse osmosis on the pilings and stuff, and before they encase it in concrete.
Right. You still need to put, because Mike came to me with that, and I actually gave him the specs for that. What that does is it basically takes steel that's rusty and turns it back to iron oxide, is what it does. You don't want to put it on too heavy, because what ends up happening, it puts a white film on it, dusty film, which in turn, when you get ready to paint, doesn't allow the paint to adhere. But the macropoxy, when you put that on, we put that on the inside of pipes for sewage. I mean, everybody in here will be dead and gone before that ever comes off. That's why I was wondering, and like I said, I know everything's expensive, but I'm kind of wondering, any of these bridges that they put in, because they're sending them out to you, the steel, that's shipping primer that's on those. That's all it is. It's not a paint, it's a shipping primer to get it from point A to point B. If it would be worth it for us to put something, especially the lower part, if it would be worth it for us to put something on that to keep that. 'Cause
Now,
like-
when we rehab them, after we reverse osmose them,
Mhm.
We paint them.
You do paint? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
And it's a 2-part paint that we have to use.
It's macro epoxy. Yeah.
It's some kind of
Yep,
epoxy.
that's what it is.
But we
paint
paint it before, then that, we're doing this on bridges that we're having to
We
rehab.
do, okay.
Because the bridges that we're building now are getting built and it's not a permanent fix.
Right,
But they're getting built to where we're making them longer, so we're not driving the pilings right at the water edge. We're driving them back here in dirt.
mhm,
And then, of course, over the years, eventually the water is soaked through to them, but but no, I have not, on the new bridges, I have not epoxied the, new bridges. But the old bridges that we, rehab, we do epoxy after we reverse osmosis.
okay, okay. Yeah, I was just wondering, because, I mean, they're already expensive. So my question is, a little bit more money, and the guys that are sitting in here 20 years from now aren't gonna be dealing
Right.
with that issue. I mean, I get it, it's all a question of how much money you've got, but, the products you're using, I mean, if need be, I'll be more than willing to go over to Sherwin-Williams and get them to cut the county a deal, because we buy a lot to put paint through. So,
And that's that macro epoxy
Yeah.
that you're talking about?
yeah.
It's like, when you break it down, you're not talking a whole bunch of money,
No,
because
no.
you buy it in 5-gallon pails
Yeah.
of part A and part B, and
Mhm.
then you mix it about 1.5 gallons together for each one. But we have not been doing that on the new bridges, but we have been doing that on our
On the old
rehab
ones.
bridges.
Okay, okay. It makes.
Might be
makes
something
good
to look
sense.
into for the new bridges
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
just for,
I mean, I know it's a pain, it's
Protection.
more work for you, but it may in the long run,
But if that's something you guys wish us to start doing on our new bridges, it's no big deal. When the stuff comes in, we can
you can paint it while it, before you
paint
put
it
it
right
up.
there on the lot before it goes out.
Right.
And, it's a done deal.
Yeah,
if it doesn't make a lot.
MoDOT's using them, they've gone to galvanized piling on essentially everything, and I would suspect if you look at what's on your VRO bridges, that's likely what they're using.
galvanized.
Yeah, that would be. but The whole thing is keeping the oxygen.
Right.
The ones that are, they call it the splash zone, where it's wet and dry, that's just where it's gonna rust. So anything you can do to help, and like Dennis said, if widen them out and then put riprap there around the piling so the water doesn't eat into it. It's not standing in the water, it's gonna, leaps and bounds, it's gonna help in the long run.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good.
Keep going here. Henry County maintains 161 structures that are on the NBI inventory. Of those structures, 42 are rated in good condition, 7 to 9 rating, 101 are rated in fair, 16 are rated in poor condition. 2 have been replaced with non-NBI structures, 1 is closed for replacement. 2 bridges have been approved for BRO funding, one of those being one that's currently closed. And for your planning purposes, I've included a list of bridges along with ratings and comments. Please note suggested maintenance work is indicated at the bottom of each report or on the yellow line copy here. Guys, you guys are doing really well. I just want to say that.
Thank you.
A lot of other counties are struggling, and what I've tried to tell them is if you wait on a BRO, you get a BRO maybe every 2 years of your, so you're looking at a 320-year cycle if you wait on those BROs, which you guys are
can't do it.
not doing, and
Right.
that's just, it's not sustainable. So you guys are doing a good job. Henry County has 16 structures that are weight restricted below the legal load limit. Time of the inspection, no structures were missing weight limit signs. Again, very good. I appreciate the county's efforts in keeping these up and providing photos when requested. I'll just say that since I've taken this job, about a year ago now, I've contacted Dennis on it, and they've been very cooperative. So we appreciate that. He'll send pictures of stuff, and it really helps us, saves a lot of miles for us, because we cover from Henry County to the Arkansas borders. So we're all over the place. Moving on, we'd like to take this opportunity to commend your work regarding removing rock and gravel and dirt off the bridge decks. Bridge decks are designed for moisture to drain off the deck rather than stand on it. This debris that is left on the decks holds moisture considerably longer, allowing for greater saturation and advanced deterioration of the steel and concrete. Dirt debris should be cleaned off the steel girders on a regular basis. This includes areas at the ends of the bridge where the girders are exposed to dirt and moisture from the roadway, as well as the areas along the edge of the bridge where the dirt collects on the bottom flanges of the girders, causes the girders to rust prematurely. Information regarding bridge soft match credit can be found in the MoDOT EPG section at that address. Please note, project eligibility requires submittal of a soft match credit pre-approval form to the district and notification of approval prior to work commencing. I think you guys have got that process down. Please note that part of the federal regulations of the bridge inspection program include an initial bridge inspection following a replacement or major rehabilitation that would change the rating. This would be more than simply patching potholes. We're required to perform the initial inspection within 90 days of the structure opening. Please contact myself when a replacement or major rehab is about to or has opened to traffic. Again, Dennis has been coordinating with me, let me know. And we try to get those on, and normally we get them right on the end before. So it doesn't, the process there is pretty quick. If you have any questions about the work items or report in general, please contact myself. My supervisor, which he is the bridge engineer for the Southwest District, his contact information is there. It's Matt Geiger. Funding information, Zachary Young is your contact. And then for general information, Brittany Mitchell, she's the area engineer for this area. That's about all I have. Do you guys have anything for me, any questions?
This time I don't.
No, I don't. Chris?
No, sir.
Well, we appreciate all the help we get.
Yeah, I asked him how much it would cost for this to be subbed out, and they estimate between $500 and $1,000 a bridge for the inspection, each inspection cycle. So I think with our area, we've got about 4,400 bridges, state and county bridges. So there's
Have to inspect.
there's a lot of work.
Well, it's something that's a good policy to check, anyway.
Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate coming in.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Ken.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
How are you? I've talked to you 100 times on the phone. In fact, I had to look at my phone to think of you last night. Yeah. I didn't come in here just because you were here, but anybody could see you. Yeah, we should. That's a good report.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric. Yes.
Since we just got done with the bridge inspection, inventory and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and take the time and get my stuff out of the way, because I got other stuff to get done. This past weekend,
I'll catch you next week.
Okay.
I just was concerned about that bridge out there on 100 Road. I didn't know if anybody looked at it. It's worse, the sides out of it.
Is that the one you called about before?
Somebody was supposed to go out and look at it.
Yeah, he was gonna add guardrail to it.
we're putting guardrail on it, and the one side is washed just
The north side's bad.
but we gotta go back out there and put some more riprap and stuff in there.
Right.
But I got some other roads that's in worse shape than that.
Sure, I understand that. I understand. I just, I'm glad you looked at this was a picture yesterday before the water.
Yeah.
Southwest
And it's
100
worse.
Road?
Yeah.
Is that
Anyway,
Clinton
I just
Township?
didn't want.
Yeah, we've been out there and we're
That's
gonna
in
put guardrail up
Oh,
there
wait.
and we're gonna
I don't
fix all
remember. I'll have to look
the, wash off spot and stuff.
What township's that in, Craig?
Shit, I don't know, Davis? What is it?
Davis.
Davis,
I think
okay.
it's Davis.
I was gonna say it, didn't I?
It's in
But
Davis.
it's pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And somebody's gonna dump off there one of these nights. I mean, it's just.
When are you
kind of
planning?
On a little curve and nothing there.
Yeah.
And I know you got hundreds of them. I mean, I didn't mean to walk in when Eric was there. I didn't know, but
No
I
worries.
just wanted to check you guys.
All right.
You said you're still planning on doing
See you
the
later.
guardrail up around
We're
it.
gonna,
Yeah.
we're gonna put 26 feet of
What he
guardrail
said.
on each side
Yeah.
and fix up the two sides. The south side to me was the worst side, but, anyway, it's in the plans, but trust me, Mark knows I got more pressing things.
Yeah.
How many road closures have we got?
Do what?
How many road closures do we have?
Well, we got a whole bunch. And I've been telling the people to put barricades up, take pictures, and notify me. That way I can notify Central, and, the townships ain't good.
And the big thing is checking, if they come up, water keeps rising.
And,
Get 'em
and
moved back.
the bad thing is, we're supposed to get another 2 to 3 inches Thursday and Friday, and the water's not gonna go down enough to get this resolved.
No,
Right now, I'm working with the townships and everything. This is gonna turn into a SEMA deal, where we're gonna have to go get some funding, from the state emergency management. From what I talked to Mark, he said once the county hits 125,000,
then we can get,
and that's just not townships, that's the cities, that's the county. It's everybody involved in Henry County. So we're gonna topple that real easy because, there's people that had flooded basements in the city of Clinton, Windsor, and probably who knows where else and stuff, but that's beside the point. We got roads that's completely washed off, rock. We've been working on, where we took out them 2 bridges up here on 1101. It washed them pretty well, almost completely out. The culverts was there. It washed a lot of the rock off the road for half a mile in places, up around Jerick. I've been in contact with them and told them, keep track of your rock tickets, take pictures, documentate where it was. We're gonna turn this all into SEMA and try to get money back for everybody. I'm keeping track of all my expenses. That way we can get our portion back to us. Bad thing of it is, I can submit all this stuff and it's gonna come back to us, but it ain't gonna help my budget out this year.
Nope.
This storm's gonna pretty well wipe my budget out. So I hope these next storms that are supposed to come through, later on in the week and stuff, don't keep we're not gonna have everything fixed before the next storms get here. I got bridges with, brush piles on them, that's gonna have the bridge completely blocked.
Right.
And, one of 2 things, it's gonna take the bridge out and wash stuff on down the creek, or it's gonna just keep rising and come over the bridge. So, that's just where we're at. We're in a tight situation right now. We're trying to get done what we can, but
just,
you might as well look at my budget and just throw it out the window, because that's where
we
it
need
is.
it. I'll tell you what, make sure the townships know, check those road, close signs and move them back when the water gets up and over them. You gotta get them moved before then, because that's what gets us in, and we need pictures of that road closed.
And I've told them and stuff, and we're dealing with a whole bunch
I know
of new people on these boards.
Yeah.
Right.
And some of these people, I ain't putting up no damn barricades.
Well,
If they
that's-
can't tell there's water over the road, then that's their own damn fault. I don't like their attitude, but
We paid out some pretty big bucks over not
So-
moving.
Would
I
it be advantageous to have the commissioners of those road districts contact each one of their townships and say, look, I know
Yeah.
Dennis has told
That'd be a
you,
good idea.
but this is the way that it has to,
Yeah.
it might be different coming from you than Dennis.
Yeah.
I'll start calling and contacting mine.
Your county,
So-
so.
As soon as I
So
get
I'm
my
talking
that email
numbers.
address up,
Huh?
I will let you know.
Okay,
So-
you knew what I was gonna say.
Mark was in this morning
Yeah.
saying, we need one place where these people can contact,
Exactly.
one location.
Exactly.
So I suggested setting up an email address. I know some townships don't use email, but the majority of people use email these days. That is specifically only for reporting road damage from the townships and the cities, and so we're gonna set up an email address that is only for that. And when they call, they can give them that email address. Hopefully, that'd be quicker than, I don't know, it's something.
I mean, I've been sitting out there this morning and last night calling township saying, okay, this is what you need to do.
Right.
And, you know, I've expressed, I haven't got all the new people's numbers, so I can't get a hold of some townships because
Y'all
they've
got it.
completely,
Yeah, got all yours,
Yeah.
they've completely changed the whole board and stuff, so,
Yeah,
I haven't been able to get a hold of some of the townships to let them know, so if you got their numbers and stuff, let them know, keep track of everything, so we can, get all this stuff turned in. So, Mark, you got anything for me?
Yep.
Jake, you got anything for me?
Are you gonna be hauling some rock yourself, or we just wait? Are we gonna use the townships guys that's got
No, I'm hauling,
contracted?
any jobs that I'm responsible for doing, I'm hauling rock. I got my 2 dump trucks, which is a regular dump truck and a small dump truck, hauling rock.
Are you?
I got it in my budget this year to replace a dump truck that we lost last year, but I'm not comfortable with putting it out for bid yet, even though I need to.
Right.
Because I could use that truck right now, but,
We gotta make.
I'm
it
not
fit.
hiring, private contractors to haul my rock for me because that's just gonna eat into my budget even more.
So with your rock, are you billing the townships? Like using the township for this?
The rocks that,
Yeah.
well, the township, the stuff they're fixing, they're hauling. The stuff I'm fixing is my stuff.
Okay.
So, those pipes up there that got washed out, they're 5-foot pipes. So they fall under me. So I'm still trying to get that mess straightened out.
Okay. I just didn't know if
Now, if the
townships should be
township-
expecting
if the
tickets.
townships call me and say, hey, I need, a load of rock hauled and spread here, I'll haul it and spread it there, but I'm gonna have to charge them some money for gas and stuff or something because that's just still eating into my budget.
Right.
yeah, but the rock will be built in the township too.
The rock could be billed to the township.
That's what I was wanting
That's
to
all I
find out.
got to know.
And they're, we just want to make sure that they get a copy of their tickets too. Some have it, and it's just, I think it's
If
Craziness.
if I haul it, as I've told the guys before, stop in the office and I'll have a copy for you.
okay.
Chasing these people down and stuff, when you're dealing with 19 townships and 12 specials, I'd be chasing my tail.
Right.
So, it's easier for them to come to my office and pick up their tickets once a month or whatever if they
Okay.
got any.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that's what I've always told them, and I've got them on file.
Okay.
I got them, every township has its own little folder in my desk, and that's where their work stuff goes. So, Jake, you got anything?
No, sir.
Jim, you got anything?
Nope.
Kelly, you got anything?
I'll let you know as soon as we get an email address set up.
Yeah.
Make it easier for me
I'm,
to remember.
I'm planning on a,
You guys ain't got nothing else for me, I got work to go do.
Okay. What,
I'll go use the restroom real quick,
yeah.
if y'all don't mind.
thanks Dennis.
what-
Yes, ma'am.
What's his email address?
Who?
Dennis's.
I don't know it off the top
I'm
of my
wondering,
head. I
that's
type in
what- I
Dennis
tell you
and it
what,
magically pops
At
up.
least, you know, have we got a road?
You don't wanna use
No,
Dennis's
no,
email.
no,
No, we need
I
to make a
wouldn't
new
talk, I
one.
was kind of something to it, because they'd have it, but as far as I'm concerned, I was thinking more of just a road, or,
Well,
how about road?
no, because Mark is wanting it for more than that, because it's
He's one,
anything city, anybody that's affected, not just the road. He wants it all to come to one spot. So it wouldn't just be,
man, it needs to be simple.
will you stamp those? I was thinking like report emergency management or reports at henrycomo.com or
Yeah,
something
something,
generic
yes.
that everybody out there.
If we can do it simple, that'd make it a lot better.
I don't think you want to tie it to a road or bridge or
No,
anything
no,
like
no.
that, or
If
people
that's
won't
the
feel
case,
like
you
they can
need-
use it.
Needs to be something similar.
I just zipped something to Mark and asked
Okay.
him what he thought.
If we can get something simple, make it a lot simpler.
Blue skies. I gotta go home, I got grass about 8 inches high. Made the mistake of
I haven't mowed it all this year. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It really is.
Right before the
No,
rain.
I was either.
I don't know. We sure need to keep track of them roads down the water. That's what got us.
Keep track of that.
Roads is underwater, especially down around lakes.
That's when you have to put your faith in the township boards to do what they're supposed to do, and.
Yeah.
I mean,
What can you do? I know what you're saying.
are you guys planning on meeting Thursday morning? I knew that road maintenance demo was Thursday, and I didn't know if you guys were going to that, or.
I'd like to go to that, but I can always go after meeting too if we need that.
I wanted to make sure I got it posted if you guys were not gonna be here Thursday morning, if you were gonna be here late, whatever.
I'd like to see how it works.
I would really like to see how it works.
It's, doing my road.
Yeah, as Mike said he was gonna do, and he's gonna close it to where people can actually watch and don't have to worry about traffic. Wait for Jim to get back in here, but I had Dylan. Roder? Corps of Engineers guys that came in here about that memorandum. He gave some, he called and touched base on it, so I told him, I don't think we're gonna go through with it. I was like, okay, well, is there anything I can help explain? I said, you know, he's worried about having to get the road up into shape and then maintain it. He's like, man, that's not exactly
That's the way
what
it
we're
reads,
wanting.
though.
Huh?
That's the way it reads though, because it
Yeah.
gives them the option to basically tell you what to do and how to do it.
Well, we have the right to turn that down.
Is that what he said?
Yes. This is basically just for conversation, to start the conversation. And if there's one we don't want to do, all we do is let them know we don't want to do it. And basically, they're just wanting the use of a motor grader.
Well, yeah.
But like,
You just wanna make sure it's in writing.
yeah. And, he said, well, to bring you up to speed, Jim,
Okay.
Dylan Rodert from, Corps of Engineers got a
Yeah.
hold of me
Mhm.
and was wanting to know what we had decided on the memorandum. And I told him, I was like, well, I don't think we're gonna go through with it because of the cost to get the road up into shape and then to keep it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times with like tightwad boat ramp, that, if you want rock all the way to the water, good luck getting that down there. And he said, for like that one, we can get a hold of them and be like, this is too far gone for us to take our equipment down through there. They would take theirs. So it sounds like all they really want is a use, whenever our motor grader is in that area, just to continue on, just to shape it up to where people can get through. But he said he would be more than welcome to come back in and would actually like to come in and visit with us to clear up any questions we have on this. He said Benton County's been doing this for, I can't remember how many years he said. And he says it works out really well to where if we wanted to get a hold of them and ask them, but that's basically what it was for the motor grader. So that,
Benton County's a little different than what we are on it.
Yeah, but I mean,
They're loud, everything here, ours is what I understand, just like this. We're further back and all them roads are, if it's cores, what he's getting at, there's a lot of maintenance going back to them all the time.
it sounds like to me all they want is when our motor grader's in that area, just to go down it and up it.
We ain't got a motor.
Well, it would be the ones that we have.
Hey, I'm sorry,
No, I get it.
We're missing one important part here.
But in the areas that
And
does
it's a
have
pretty
one.
expensive part.
Yeah, it's a pretty
And
expensive
getting
car.
areas to do that, and see how it worked with the township.
Well, I can talk to the townships. And that's one other thing he threw out there. He's like, we can go through and do individual township agreements where the agreement's just with the township. He was just thinking hitting all the different townships
Yeah,
up.
hey, it's a lot easier, just like big counties, the township.
Yeah.
County form of government, it's simple, they got road graders all the time. Now,
Oh, I
ours,
see what you mean. We'd have to talk to the townships itself, make sure that
Right.
they would be willing to
every
do
one
that.
of them.
I think it would be smarter for them to contract with the,
I-
have an MOU
Just-
with the townships rather than the county.
Well,
Because the
That's right.
county can't tell the townships
Well, yeah,
what they.
'cause they can barely find somebody to run their graders now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's-
That's gonna be my
and then to
question.
pay them, I just see a lot of problems, and Dennis was saying, it's just the opposite of where we're headed.
Mm-hmm.
Because he runs into that, and then the court, if they find a place, well, y'all need to get out there and fix that.
Well, and that's
How do you do it?
kind of what it is, but that
Hey,
that isn't how Dylan explained it
Bad
to me.
thing is, once you got it on the contract, that you have to do it. You're gonna have to do it.
You have to write that contract in such a way that you dotted
Yeah.
every I and crossed every T and made sure
Oh,
that
it'd be
if
if
you tell us we have to do something and we don't wanna do it,
And-
we have the right to refuse.
I'll get a hold of him,
our
let him
case,
come in
the
and
big
visit
thing
with you
is
guys
we've
because
got townships that you gotta hit, they
Right.
gotta deal with.
Mhm.
And I'm kinda like Kelly. I'd rather deal strictly with the township.
well, it would definitely make it easier
It's
considering
easier for them to handle.
each township has got their own.
They can build
setup.
it, they can build it.
See, I don't know how that works, but I do know they said that they would take, have the rock hauled in, basically. Like I
So it's
said,
kinda like
motor
what
grader
you're
comes through.
talking
just
over there,
wait
the
it out.
townships, they need to step up the plate,
See, it
realize
almost-
what they're supposed to do.
They'd
Yeah.
almost have to haul the rock into the road that they're doing it on, because most of these places don't have any place to put the rock
That's what
to store it.
I told him. I was
Yeah.
like Tightwad boat ramp, that isn't, most truck drivers ain't gonna back the truck down through there.
No,
He said, well, we have got a dump truck. We can deliver the rock as well. So,
mean,
I don't
if they-
know.
If they delivered it, they can dump it
I don't think they
Let
just
them-
wanna haul in their equipment to
to
the,
grade it.
Now
yeah,
grade it.
Yeah. I mean, if they laid it down and they signed an agreement or something with the road districts.
But that's what's gonna have to happen.
Yeah,
yeah,
And then we're getting in, we have to be careful. I'd rather them deal directly, because for us to go do it, it's gonna come back to us. Hey, they're supposed to maintain the roads now, we know how it works.
Mm.
That's all.
I mean, if
we
he,
need to do.
I'm open to him coming in and talking again.
Yeah, I'm not-
yeah, yeah, no, I'll let him know,
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I,
get
but
our
I understand the
answers.
differences between Benton County and
Yeah.
Henry County.
yeah,
And then Benton County, you gotta remember, that's right next to the lake.
yeah.
They're all close, other than flood, but they don't have as much, you know.
Was there any of these, are these exact, the same ones that you had, or are they? I was just curious if you had different ones than what I had on my sheet,
I'd have to go back and look,
On what?
honestly.
like all these, the,
Denims?
well, the road areas that
The road
they're,
Oh,
areas.
yeah.
yeah, now I'm going on.
Yeah, I'd have to, I'd have to, yeah, I know I have it.
Oh, no, no worries, I
would think
I'd
they
have to
would.
look on.
well, I didn't know, and if that's the case, most of these are on my side.
I don't think I
Yeah,
had it.
most of them be on the
I,
side.
I think it was all just one email, so I don't think it was separate.
Okay,
from-
Yeah,
all right.
It's a,
Well, I'll get a hold of Dylan and see what a good day for him to come in and visit.
yeah,
And then maybe we can at least steer him in the right direction.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we can help him, we can help him.
That's what he's
I know.
wanting, just to kind of everybody work together. That way, just helping on the manpower, you know?
Which
Makes
yeah,
sense.
well, I understand it. I'd say, I think it'd be great, don't only one thing.
You go making agreements for the townships, they're probably not gonna be very happy.
No,
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
right.
you gotta be careful about what.
Well, I
you
would
do.
definitely want to talk to them first
Yeah,
before
but I'm-
going forward with anything.
And they need to talk to him.
That'd be a good idea.
That's the problem here. You're all the in between. Well, you talk to them. You know, I don't wanna do that this time. And it's easier for them to say no. But that's where your problem's gonna be.
Right.
Because every township's gonna have to handle that. Because you're asking them now, all right, you take care of the road down to it, but that's where they draw the line.
Right.
Because they don't care about the water fluctuation there. Anyway,
Okay.
Get
Say.
as much information as you can and then contact your road districts and tell
Yeah.
them that,
yeah,
or have him contact
Yeah.
them.
He said he would.
Yeah, I would just forewarn the road districts with all
Oh.
the information you have from him,
Yeah,
and then let them
that's
work
definitely my
out the
plan.
particulars.
because you gotta know, and I forgot, they got, where's my paper, oh, I did my paper out, but they got all of them on there. I think most of them are in, like I
I don't
say,
think
all
I've
of them are in
got
the south.
that.
I don't know of anything in the north, do you?
And I will work with Mark today to make sure we get that email set up today. I'll get a hold of Chuck and Mark and I'll let you guys know as soon as we have something set
Yeah,
up
'cause
so you
that's-
can talk to your townships.
That's gotta be done.
Yeah. And like Dennis said, they're calling for
Yeah.
rain again
Yeah.
tomorrow, the
Yeah.
rest of the week, so.
Thursday,
On the rest of the
Friday,
week.
Saturday, Sunday.
I don't think it's supposed to hit till maybe.
I don't know where
July,
Josh is, but he's somewhere up north in the county. And he sent me pictures. He had to turn around
Oh,
twice
gosh.
this morning because the road was covered in.
Warrensburg, they got a lot of, some,
I thought he was
seen,
in Henry though, somewhere up
I
north,
don't know.
in between here and Knob. He may have been on Johnson County, but he had to turn around twice because the water was
Yeah.
over the road. So
I'll tell you what, it's,
he can't get to his job.
if we get another big rain, it's really gonna
Yeah,
be
that-
serious.
Before you get into Knob Noster, that goes down there.
Uh-huh.
That
Oh, it gets into
It gets deep.
gullies.
Yeah. all those little side roads out there.
I think I-
There's low water crossings too. It seems like everywhere you turn out there.
Speaking of washouts, people have been complaining about railroad crossings a bit. How are they looking? I haven't seen any yet. I haven't railroad
Haven't
crossings off
heard
my
any of
side.
them.
I don't get out in the
I've seen
county
so
and
far.
look at railroad.
I didn't know if you'd heard anything. Or
Haven't.
I haven't heard nothing.
who do we contact
It's a good
for
question.
the railroad crossings?
So my best suggestion would be if we have one that needs looked at, to get a hold of Christy Magai at the city, because they were the last ones when they redid these in town.
Yeah.
They might
Talk to
have a
them.
contact of the latest person. Those
Yeah.
railroad companies sell out and change names
All
so
the time.
fast that you can't keep up with them.
'Cause
So, but Christy might be a good resource to find out
Okay.
anything about who to contact, because they were the latest to do fixing on the
Because
railroad.
I tried to get a hold of one of them, because Mark Dawson said, hey, if we could, just like they could give us that, rest of that lot over there, like push the trees out and have a big parking lot for the rebar. Never could come up with who owned the damn lot. Everybody I talked to.
Never could.
And I chased that for several
I did too.
I guess I'm
And
not following
everybody,
what
Jim
line.
Wienefeld, he
Out
helped
by
me
the
more
road
than
and bridge
any.
department,
Oh, okay.
where it used to be railroad and
Yeah.
it's not no more.
Oh, okay.
And what we ended up doing, we left the tracks and just gravel over it, kept going. And then if we ever have to dig it out, we'll have to dig it out and give it back to them, and that's their, but they taken the track out on the other side, so it's gonna be hard to do that. But that's some of the issues there.
Well, I know Christy had to work with somebody to get them here
Well,
in town
yeah, but
fixed,
I
so
think
maybe.
MoDOT done a lot of that.
Well, they'll have some kind of contact to somebody.
Oh, yeah, hopefully.
May not be the same person that's
No.
out there, but
Well,
it
I'll
might
tell you
be.
what, I'd love for them to do more of those railroad ones like that, but that's pricey to do, the way they done it, but it's good.
I do have a contact number for, where we charge them railroad and utilities for their taxes for the Mo Archean Railway, down in the office, and it might be
Well, that
they
one,
might say, "Oh, this is who you need to talk to."
who
I'll
was
call
it?
Christy
You go-
first and see who she talked to, and then we'll go from there.
If you go to the crossing or whatever it is, there's a number there.
Oh, really?
Call it, yeah, that's what who was it? Was it, Hale or, I believe it was maybe one of them, out here by, somewhere, because they told them to call them. And that's where the whistle was caving out underneath the railroad,
Oh, really?
and they wouldn't do it.
Okay.
But there's,
Jim, Kelly asked if we was gonna have meeting on Thursday or if we was gonna go to that demo.
Thank you.
oh, to the,
To
Road
the,
grooming?
yes. So I'd like to see it run, but I can go after the meeting if that's the case. So it's completely what you three want to do.
I don't care, I'm here regardless.
You're here
I'm not gonna go
regardless.
watch them
Yeah.
road maintain.
you're not gonna go watch the road grader?
I'll just take your guys' word for it. I just didn't know if you guys wanted to go. I understand, we just need to make sure we post it correctly.
Well, I wouldn't mind watching it. That'd be fun,
Mhm.
but
Well, I say let's.
I'd like to actually,
Huh?
I would actually like to see it.
That's where I'll be as well.
Okay, so do you, later, what do you
can
think
do
it'll
that.
take, 2 hours, a couple hours?
Starts in
What time
starts
does it
at
start?
9.
9.
Yeah, I'd say it's
You guys think you could
He's
come
gonna
in
do
and
it
just
right
pay
there in the
bills
lot.
afterwards or something?
Yeah,
Like
need
come
us to.
in, we can schedule, or post the agenda that you'll need at what, 11:30, what do you want? I don't care, just
I can go back by whenever you need me. 11:30.
11:30.
I think
That'll
we
give you
could
time to do any business, pay any bills, and
Yeah.
then you can leave if you want
Yeah.
to. But
Okay.
Main thing is get the bills.
get the
paid.
bills paid. Well, Rick's gone Monday, Tuesday,
There'll be a bunch of
Wednesday.
bills.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So the ones that we did
Alright.
today, he won't sign. So I want
Till-
to make sure we get the Thursday bills in too.
As
So.
he comes in.
Okay, so I will
We'll
post
need
that
to
you're
do
gonna
that.
meet at 11:30 on, Thursday, instead of the regular 9 AM.
That's what I was thinking.
That works for me.
I don't have anything down. I'm just here right now.
I'm just gonna put down at the bottom that you will be attending a demo for a road maintenance or something like that.
Okay. Kelly,
Stop it.
you know where I need to change that to where it goes to.
It won't stay. I tried.
You tried? Okay, I wondered about
When you
that.
said that earlier, I tried.
Cause you have to kinda make sure you look at what the dates.
I tried to fix it for everybody and it didn't
I
work.
don't know how it worked anyway. Okay.
I don't have anything on the agenda for that day either, so that works out perfect. There was nothing pre-scheduled or anything.
Kelly, where would I find,
Huh?
if I'm looking for the amount of money that has come in over the last 3-4 years, whatever, for the cart?
For the what?
Cart?
Cart?
The best place to do that would be
In the budget.
a budget.
Yeah,
Financial statements.
go back to
There's
the,
not one spot that it's all
All that?
compiled. Jake, did Bear Creek give you their chart?
Yes, I think so.
Well, no, remember what Cole was showing us the other
Cole,
day?
that's what I was looking for.
Okay,
Cole
yeah.
Jurgensmeyer made that. That wasn't from us. He made that
I
himself.
think he's a numbers guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's worked at it,
What's he
yeah.
do
Yeah.
for a living?
You know, I really don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, I was like, that is a great chart.
That was.
I don't think I've.
I can
got that
probably
chart.
contact him and have him email it to me. I guarantee you he would.
yeah.
Do you have his number?
I do.
Okay. See, I think he took that chart with him.
yeah, I thought he did. Because I was gonna ask him if I could get it.
Yeah. Cool. He was talking to me about his chart on the phone, and I was trying to picture it. So actually getting to see it sure helped me.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to
I
find this.
thought that was in there. I'm just thinking about the budget, whether we had anywhere.
Rick might have a chart somewhere that I'm not aware
That's what I
of,
was.
but I don't know.
I was thinking we do somewhere.
I don't know right off the top of my head.
But everything done was based off percentages, I think.
There's 3 years for intergovernmental revenues, there's CART for the last 3
Yeah, on the
years.
budget
On the
document, it
budget.
should show on
Yeah,
there.
I'd still like to have his though.
Yeah.
His was,
Always spelled out.
thank you.
That's a good way to put it.
Well, his
Yeah.
is-
No,
Yes.
yes.
That's a
His
simple
had
way
the
to do it.
information that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have everything down if you want. That'd be a good one to look at. I'll tell you what, it looks
Yeah, I
like
didn't get
the
it.
problem we're gonna have, we're gonna have a lot of bridges we're gonna have to work on.
Sure
And a lot
didn't
of
look
them
good.
We're
I'll
gonna have
tell
to
you
do
what.
yourself.
That product, or the 2 products,
The macrame or,
well, the OSPO first. You can put that, I'd put that on stuff that was actually scaling. And if you just knock a little bit of the scale off, put it on 24 hours, it literally looks like brand new metal.
oh, yeah?
Crazy. Yeah, I found it years ago. We use it all the time after I found it, because I was gonna just do some stuff at home. When I started speccing it for like jobs we do.
Right.
And Mike came to me and was telling me, you know, what they were gonna do with the bridges, digging them down and all that
Oh,
other
yeah.
stuff. They were trying to figure out what they were gonna do with them. So I told him, I said, give this, and I don't know who he gave it to. He must have gave Dennis or somebody.
Should we,
But that macropoxy,
Macropox.
you can take a hammer, I can put it on here. And you can take a hammer and you can't beat it off.
Well, that's good.
Well,
That's,
it'd be
we
good.
need all the protection we can
Should
get
we
on the
really-
bridges.
And it just seems like, because every picture we looked at, I mean, even the beams going across, why not put something like that on it and keep it from rusting? Then you're not having to replace these
Could we
bridges like
take-
that.
some of the bridges we got, especially those in the that has to be done. Say pick out 3 or 4.
Do
Go
like
in,
this.
fix them, and see how they grade them next year.
Yeah,
May not be a bad
it may
idea.
not be a bad
Because some of
idea.
them are on the yearly
Right, right.
rate. They're really gonna look at them, and that way we'll know where we're at. And if it wasn't a big timely and costly, well, I don't care. Knock out several of them. You think that work. The ones I see that can be bad, is it's in button bridges down.
Right.
Then the wood abutments, that's why I was asking how old that bridge was.
Yeah.
Because we've got a bridge book back here that tells when every bridge was built. Now, have y'all seen them back here,
Where?
back here in the cabinet?
Okay.
No, I haven't seen them yet. At Moda, I've seen some of them, not
I think
ours.
they're,
But you're kind of thinking like,
Yeah,
that right there.
Everybody,
Coating.
everybody that would look like brand new.
Thank you. Oh, I got Cole's number. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I emailed him and said, hey, can we have your chart? So I'll wait. I'll let you know. If I
will
get it,
have
I'll
it
throw it
within
in
a few
Teams.
minutes.
Thank you.
No, I think,
I mean, it's crazy what it actually will do. You wouldn't, I mean, you look at it, you think, yeah, there's no way that's gonna happen.
so is this kind of like that stuff they put on frames for cars to kill the rust, or is this different?
It's different, but I will tell you, I got an old 99 beater van. The whole bottom of it literally is rusted away.
Uh-huh.
You can see the frame,
Yeah.
and the frame is starting to rust. And I just took a spray bottle and sprayed it on it. Next day, it's like it's brand new.
So it's that thin, it'll go through a spray bottle?
Oh, yeah. It's like thinner than water.
Okay.
Now, if you get it on you, it burns.
Yeah.
It was. We did, up at the state fair, if you come in the back way, a great big building that, I don't know what.
That's
that is.
just things that are on there for them to address. They're just kind of
When about 4 years
pattern,
ago,
they haven't
they, we had an architect
so we
write
leave
the
them on
spec,
there so they can discuss them.
and it wouldn't work. So I went to him and brought him this, I said, let me do this way.
Yeah.
And we put it on there.
It might have been today, Tuesday. Might have been last Tuesday. Yeah, that they last discussed.
Yeah.
So it
It comes up quite often.
Oh, good. Well, I say-
Water.
Put it to use right if
But
you
I
can.
know that
Yeah.
last
Sorry.
Tuesday.
we got one of these for every bridge that we have, and this is what you use to go.
I think it was
gives you
Tuesday.
when it's built and everything
I've
about
slept
it,
since then.
and inspection.
Oh, on all of our bridges?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can find the 23,
What you looking for?
the 24,
24 what?
a bridge book made out of inspections like this. It's got all
See,
the
that's the
bridges.
one.
I can look
Would be
downstairs
a
and see if
great
there's one
one
down
to
there.
experiment on,
Is there
because that's the
even one
one that
here anywhere?
they want us to replace that
I don't
is,
know. Not that
Dennis
I'm
doesn't
aware of.
want
The only
to,
ones I
because
found
both sides of the
one,
road's gonna
and
be,
we
probably
should
gonna
have
be right
one
now.
here.
See, yeah, this would be perfect.
Yeah,
Send us
be a
one.
good
I told her
experiment.
we'd get one.
What's the retention on it?
The biggest thing
If the
is
retention
you
isn't
don't
very
wanna
long,
get it
then
in the
Rick might have gotten rid of
Oh, I
it.
Yeah,
can
well,
see
we got
that.
to put back
Because
to
they'll get
these
so what you
keys.
do is you,
Put a sheet or something.
yeah,
Sheet.
you do just plastic.
I can't speak for what Rick.
Stake it, stake it, stake it, stake it, then you can get up underneath there. But yeah,
But it's something we can spray and don't have to roll, right?
yeah, oh yeah, you couldn't roll it.
Okay.
21, the latest
It would
one
be
you
like
have,
rolling
Jim?
water.
Okay.
It'd be easier. And it's crazy, you could take a spray. He's done it.
He's done it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had him.
I've used some stuff kind of like that,
Yeah.
but they had it at a different name. What we had,
I can look in the office, but
It
I
worked
don't,
for a
I don't,
bit,
I
but
don't
it
know. I don't know if Dennis
not
has
like
been
what
keeping
you're
them
saying.
since
I've
then.
done it and not put
I
anything
can't-
over it. 'cause
Can't
it's
speak
all
for
seasonal.
what
But we-
happened
So when
to
it dries
Ferguson.
up,
I've got one of
it's
them,
not big
and
a deal.
that would
It's a
help.
done deal.
okay,
If we had one of them, you can tell when it's built, maybe an idea what you should probably.
oh, the,
Yeah, and
File.
and I know we got,
okay.
I got,
Mike asked me, when was the last time you guys discussed the Senate bill? Was that last Tuesday? It was sometime recently.
I think it was last Tuesday or
yeah.
Thursday before.
Okay,
It is, right?
Oh,
That's when I was talking about doing it.
I'll go look
Having
in
a
the
vote.
minutes.
Having
I
a
want to
vote
this
is
right
free.
now. I got some stuff around the house, I used it, and when I used it, I did all my trailers.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I found it.
I knew it was
What's it
recently.
I think it was April 8th,
Has it been that long ago?
I guess, I just.
God, it doesn't feel that long, but I guess it could have been.
Yeah. Well, it's when Mark was talking about
Oh,
having voter. or-
they received a call, no, it was the 15th. I'll look at the
On the
15th
Senate bill one
minutes.
night, just having the people.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you send that?
Because I knew they had got a phone call.
Or let me take a screenshot of
Yeah,
it.
it says on the
'Cause I-
8th, Commissioner Stone received a call.
I could use that as my
from
trash.
RCPA.
You love it.
Perfect.
On the 15th, they also got another
Oh,
call.
okay.
And then they continued talking about it on down in the
Okay,
minutes, right before the bid opening.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
When is our next election?
We don't have one for the rest, well, besides the special in Davis on May 13th. Next year is the next election year. So
Next year?
it'll be April, unless somebody calls a special in August or November. Odd numbered years are off election years. We only have the April schedules.
Okay, okay.
If that helps you remember things.
Is it quite expensive to call a special election?
I can look back. Depends on who's calling it. You know, if it's a countywide special election, it's going to be more costly to the county. If you put it on in April, when there's the possibility of 63
Okay.
other entities that can have elections, they're gonna split that cost, so it would be cheaper in an April election,
Sure.
if that makes sense. It'd be cheaper. If the county's the only one on the ballot, they're picking up the entire cost of the election, which would be the case for any special election in August or November. That entity would be liable for all the cost. An April election, that kind of splits the cost between all of the folks who have elections,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
You got something else on it, it was a cost.
Right. Obviously, the county's gonna be the biggest portion because we have the most registered voters, but it would be splitting the cost between the entities in April. The worst time to have a special election is when it's a primary, when you have to, so like in August of last year, you call for a special election, well, you don't have it just on one ballot, you have it on 4 different ballots because it's a primary election, so the cost goes up for you to do in a primary. So I try to not do that. I mean, I'll do it if I get called to, but I try to advise not to do that.
You're all gonna try to call the townships in about
Yeah, when we get done here, I'm gonna start making phone
Yeah,
calls.
I'm gonna try to get that email to you guys as soon as I can. I'm waiting for a response from Mark.
And again, that's just an estimate of what they feel the damage is, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's just hey, this is an estimate of what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna write that down.
You know what? I bet Dennis has got that book.
Well,
That's
you're
what I'm
right. I
saying.
didn't think
Cause
about that.
I had him, when he was doing this right here, he was making these bureau bridges that he was gonna turn in, and use them. That's where he gets them. But I wouldn't call him to the left over there.
Well, I would have thought because it started in 2021. That's around the time Dennis started.
No,
so
we
we
didn't
don't
know.
have 'em.
We got him in 2001 back here.
I know, but the last one you
Oh.
have is 2021,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
when
probably
he's-
around the time Dennis started.
And I'd say that's what it was. He went and done it. You know what?
I can go look.
Alright. I hate to bug him right now. He's got enough on his plate. I don't know. It's not something. that has to
And say it's, catch him on the next go.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm looking to see if Mark responded.
Huh? Who?
It's a busy place.
Huh?
You were not gone near long enough to.
What?
Is there jury court this week?
Not that I'm aware of,
Okay,
but
I couldn't remember.
Well, they're supposed to do is, gonna be some.
Oh, okay. That's the one that was,
I was thinking,
I wasn't.
they finished last week's trial.
Okay.
finish that one.
I haven't seen jurors, so I don't think so.
Then Harold said he was supposed to been gone, but he said they thought they was gonna get it handled. The one case.
Hey Kelly.
Yes.
Would you have Chris put on the restroom door, if he hasn't already, a little slider or a hook or something?
Yeah,
So,
Talked about it.
okay, figured you had. I didn't realize put in the code. And it's locked, it unlocks. Thought there would be something on the backside to keep people from coming on in, but
Yeah.
wish you didn't think about that. No, it was, Abby made a comment to me.
Oh. It might be.
Well, our old one used to have a slider,
That's what,
so that nobody could unlock the door while you were in there, so
yeah, that's what
makes
this,
sense. Could get pretty awkward pretty quickly.
Come on in, have a seat. And thank you for that information, for that, that you sent me for,
For the road?
yes.
Okay. Good, good.
Uh,
So basically, you're just establishing a road at that point.
yes.
So it's not, you're not really turning a private road into a public road, you're establishing a new road in the county.
What would be the fees on that, do you know? Because I was reading up on that, I didn't see where there would be, or what
there-
they would be. I
there
guess
would
that's what I
be-
should say.
There would
Those
be
are pretty
publication
lonely.
costs because
You got-
of the way that you have to do it. So, right, you have to publish it in the newspaper, you have to, so there would be some cost to doing it.
Yes.
Then you have it inspected, you all gotta check it, make sure everything's like it's supposed to be, 15 inch and all that.
Well, wouldn't that be under the special road district to check it, and then we're just gotta agree to it?
I don't think so when you're, if you're turning it
If you're
into a
turning it-
county road, the county commission would
Yes.
have to.
Okay.
It's not a special road district road until you guys adopt it as a county road.
Okay.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna ask the $10,000 question, because I've been asked this 1,000 times, and I think we were asked it in the meeting. Whose roads are they? Are they the counties or are they the townships? Because that was a little bit of
I
a
hear that
stump
all-
there, and I was like, I know what it sounds like it should be, but what is it actually?
In my opinion, let me start by
Well,
saying
no,
that.
What have they said in the past?
It is a county road.
Turn that camera right
The
towards
county-
you.
Don't worry.
The county has the easements,
Right,
but it's up to the township.
to maintain them.
For the county.
Okay.
So,
So really,
so
so
actually,
far,
the county would
still-
county actually owns the
Because-
roads, but they maintain, that townships maintain.
Townships maintain.
That's
There's
what I
always-
said when
because
I
if
was
the
asked,
road
but I
gets
was
bad,
like, man, I hope I'm
and
saying
gets
this
bad,
right.
So for
And
it
they
to
have
be
a
considered
bad
a county
record.
road, you guys have
Our
adopted
first people
that
that
it has to be
mentioned
this way,
it.
this way, this
They
way.
don't
The
have
right of way
that.
has to be this,
Right.
the you know, it has to be this.
Right.
You were saying, we will take that on as a road, but you're
Okay.
You gotta
maintaining.
remember, whatever
That's
happens.
what I
come
thought,
back
but
up.
I,
In
And
my-
the end result, whatever happens, like I said, if a township, if there's a wreck, or just like a stop sign
Right.
causes a wreck,
Yeah.
guess what? The first office in townships, see, and then they tie it to the county, because we're next in line,
right,
because it's our road.
okay,
And
that's
That's
that
what's
makes
happening.
sense.
That does
Yeah.
make sense.
And that's what I've seen, and now whether that's right or wrong, Kelly,
Well, if we have we have an
statute,
ordinance of how to establish a county
Yes.
road.
That's right.
We can't say how to establish a township road, right? I mean,
No,
we can't make ordinances for the township to,
Right.
so we have an ordinance to how to,
establish a township.
establish a county road, then that, and we get a county road inventory from MoDOT, or whoever it comes
Well,
from. That would lead
If
me
we
to
establish this, would that road be put on that
Yes.
inventory? to-
Then-
Yes,
Yes.
once you establish a
Once we
road, you
upload
can
it.
add it to your inventory.
I know when the airport road, when they done that, there's a big hubbub on that, I guess, years
Airport
ago. When
road.
I
You mean
first
100?
came in, out here at the airport, where it went around 100. Okay. We had to go out, measure every whistle, to make sure it's 15 inch, even whatever. Everything had to follow the guidelines. You have to have your easement part. There's where it gets into it. That's why every year we look at it, saying you can sign off or change it. You can change anything.
Okay.
Make it wider or whatever you need. But you have to have it and done, and once we do it, then that sets guideline. That's why Charlie, the big thing was on him. Hey, bring it up to spec. And guess what? He's got a dead end down there. He's got to have a turnaround. That's your,
I think we're gonna have the
that's
same
your
issue with this
regulations.
road, too.
Have, if you're gonna close the road.
I just sent you a message, Mark.
Okay,
Okay.
It's the,
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
the how to
that makes sense.
establish a county road for Henry County, the ordinance that we
Yeah.
wrote.
Yep.
It's,
I
that's
thought
what
you
it
signed
is.
it, didn't you? Did we sign one?
Did you guys redo one? Because the
Yes.
latest one I have is 2009.
Oh my gosh, no, we've
It's
got.
the same.
The road specs.
Get
for
in.
when we
How to
build the new
establish-
road.
Yes,
How to establish a county road. Did you guys sign something like
Yeah.
that at the beginning of the year?
oh, I bet I ain't got it in here, I need my iPad. I ain't got it.
I don't know nothing about it. I just went back and found what I
yes.
could find.
You'll sign,
I think so.
We all signed one, remember the one that came out, the
That we-
width,
yeah.
well, it's floating around. Ted brought in a bunch of them.
Yes,
And it's
yeah.
all in,
Yeah.
that's,
That's what we're talking about.
do you know where, have you got it?
I've got one here somewhere.
Yeah,
That or I left it at the house.
In fact, Kelly needs to put that in the deal. I'm having trouble with keeping my iPad and this one out of my hair.
yeah. I've got
This.
And I never.
Do y'all sign one of those?
Oh,
Is it
no, that's
five?
soft match, sorry.
No, that's all.
It
I
looks
seen
like
header.
that, though.
Yeah, it does.
Yep, we
What?
signed. I
You
remember
signed one?
signing it. Mhm.
The latest one I had in my file was 2009 when I was
That
looking
it?
for,
Yep, there you go.
well, that didn't get. is
Oh,
that-
wait, that's, where's the new one?
Well, I've got it somewhere, but it's not here.
Well, you need ours.
Well, these are copies.
Yeah, but that's not current.
Fix that. There we go.
Well, that's what I found in my ordinance book was the old one, so that's why I went with it. I didn't know there was a new one.
If I remember
I've got
right,
it somewhere.
you all didn't change anything.
No, it all stayed
No,
the
it stayed the
same.
same. Yeah, that stayed the
50
same.
feet wide enough for road use.
That's a minimum.
That's, well, yeah, but you got, that will be what you're gonna live with.
On my road, I don't think you got it.
I was gonna say, some of yours probably, you're lucky you got.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, I'm telling you, when you look back, the thing is, you gotta look at the whole part of the town, Leesville. There's where a lot of, hell, they're right there by the road.
boy, I
Guess
know.
what? You look, these ones only 24 foot,
Mhm.
30 feet.
30 feet, yeah.
And there's
Okay.
one, but just like,
I think
when
most
you,
of,
when
most
you
of
need to
mine
do
are
this,
40. I
Yeah.
think we've got a few.
just like here, if y'all gonna change it, that's, I'm not against it, it's just like that's some of the things that anybody builds a new road, you want it, just like, got into it out here at, Cosizzi's. Out here, these down the road.
Get the paved part that goes to,
Well, it goes down,
T
it
highway?
turns, if you go down, turn off, go to T, turn, you go down there and there's gravel road that goes off.
yeah.
Well, supposedly, it's in the plans, to have a 50-foot easement. Guess what?
Not there.
No, and it bladed, made the road there 10 feet there. And that was the big hubbub, said, if you'll get it wider, but you're gonna have to put the property on it, how you're gonna cut part of your yard off.
They don't
That's
like
where,
that.
that's why. And that's why it's private road.
Yeah.
And it wasn't no reason other than this, but we've had too many issues. If it's not wide enough, how you gonna make it wide? You gotta get easement somewhere. But if you want to, if you ever do it, and just like here, that's what you're doing, just like when Charlie's talking about bringing it up to spec. That's what he has to follow. Unless you're gonna do away with the turnaround at 10, and go down there and tractor trailer and make the turnaround. That's where you get into all this stuff. So, anyway, but if y'all, and usually we do that first every year. Change it. We make any
Well, that's what
changes.
we've talked
I
about.
thought that's what, yeah.
Yeah.
And if
we
that's
did
the
that.
case, I'd be willing to change it. Because I have wondered myself, 50 feet anymore is with the new equipment. It's a little narrow.
It's tight.
You need at least 60. And just like Eric, you go down W Highway and somewhere and you let a big tractor tracks. And Vince has big tractors and running 35 mile an hour down through there. Let me tell you something, you better be over.
Yeah,
And you're off the road.
I've actually met that. That
I
is,
did.
it's tight. It is tight.
And that's why I'm saying, that's some of the things we need to look at. I think MoDOTs are even wider now. 'Cause
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean,
you gotta
vehicles are
look-
getting bigger and bigger.
You gotta look at what you're doing now, and we haven't, and I'll be the first to say, I'm not thinking about it until I really get talking about it. We are on the minimum. And let me tell you something, then you're saying to have a farm road out here that you're gonna turn into a county road, and you only got 50 feet, and the tractor, it's gonna wipe out the whole damn road, most of it. So, anyway, that's something we need to talk about, really. I hadn't thought about it until that, but
And
just like your roadway surface width is 24 feet. And our bridges now, we're building all of them. How wide now are we? 24? I think 24, and that's something I still think is, you're gonna have to look at what's going on.
I think it's 24.
You gotta look at what's going on around you.
Well, everything's
And have we
changing.
kept up?
It always does.
We haven't kept up with the new equipment and everything like that. And may be our fault, but it's still something we haven't done. And the only time you do it, you put it down, because if anybody's going to, just like you're talking about this one road,
Yeah,
if you're gonna change that into a county road, you gotta make sure everything's done exactly the way it's supposed to be.
to meet
And
the
it's
specs.
If, and then you can put it on MoDOT, and they will count it as a county road.
Okay.
Back to our original conversation.
Okay.
There was a, I talked to a county about this, and they had a caveat in there that it must be maintained for a year prior to it being added to the county
Yeah.
road inventory. To make sure, I guess, that the township can maintain it in the proper
Yes.
order, that it's getting the attention that it needs. We didn't just accept this road and now it's still not getting maintained and it's still not.
Right.
So it's, their caveat was must be maintained 1 year prior to acceptance. That is something that you guys need to think about next time you look at your thing, because you can accept it and then we're not doing anything on it again, and they're gonna be calling it because the township's not doing it, and, you know, so, just a thought. She said, you know, we had to add that to it.
Yeah.
And some of that with townships, like I say, you get in, you gotta deal with them. And you got a lot of them out there that you gotta deal with.
Well, I spoke to your person from Osage Special Road District. He came in the other day and we pulled some plat books and stuff to see how far back it was a private road. And he was like, well, you're aware. I said, yeah, well, Jake's been asking questions. And so I think he was pleased that we wasn't just ignoring. He
I
was
talked
like,
to
"Oh,
him
you
last
knew about
night."
it, you
Yeah.
know, so.
Super nice guy.
Yeah.
They're wanting to turn it back into public. Everybody is.
I don't know that it was ever a public, so I
Well,
don't
that's
know
what I
that
told him.
back into public, because I went as far back as the 70s and it was still labeled as a private. I think it was probably built as a private road.
Well, that's what, wherever I done with it, the Lakewood subdivision is what it's called. I think that's when it was,
When it was formed, the
Yeah.
subdivision was formed,
yeah,
and it was a
around
private.
that time. So,
When was it?
1987.
There's where you fall into the,
I had
don't
some
even know if
prior to that in the 70s when on the plat book it showed it a private road.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, the agreement that we found for Lakewood subdivision
down in the
was,
recorder's office.
yeah, it was 1987.
I
Yes.
think I found something prior to that in the
Okay.
plat book. And he was cool with, I mean, he was like, yeah.
Oh yeah, super
he's seen
understanding.
it.
Super understanding.
He was just pleased that we was, you know, trying to find out about it. Also, I would like to tell you that I was contacted by Davis Township regarding the sunshine request complaint that we've heard about the
Oh.
last couple times, that they have not responded to a sunshine request.
Okay.
They have it documented in their paperwork that they responded to the sunshine request with a cost for what it was going to cost for them to copy and research, and he denied it. So they said it wasn't that we didn't respond to the request, it was that we responded with, this is what it's going to cost you to get the information that you want, and he didn't agree to that, and so it just died.
Okay.
So FYI, that's what I was told by the township, and they asked me to relay that message.
Okay. Well, they have it documented.
They said they had it documented, where they sent him, I think they even said they sent it certified to him in a response to his sunshine request. They
Oh,
sent a
Ted
certified
called me up
letter.
yesterday and was telling me about that. That
Yeah,
they requested a certified letter from him, and they sent a certified back.
right.
So yeah.
It sounds like they done what they were supposed
Do what they're
to, so.
supposed to.
Yeah.
huh? What can you do?
I was just asked to bring that up.
No, that's good. I think that's all I've got. I'm still doing some
That's all I
research on
got.
some other stuff. I got some phone calls to make. As far as anything you talk about, I think that's all I
Okay.
had.
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded, adjourned. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.